Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to discuss about stress and its effect by yours truly. For those who have not yet known me, I am Jhella Encina and I am a licensed professional teacher and my subject of specialization is mathematics. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification bell button para lagi kayong updated pag meron tayong bagong upload na video. So let's start. Let's define first what stress is all about. Stress is your body's reaction to any change that it experiences, which requires an adjustment or response. The word stress is quite often used in negative sense, but stress isn't always bad, and it is part of normal life. In fact, sometimes stress can be positive and it can help us to be productive and creative, prepared for challenges and to stay motivated. It keeps us focused, no? Stress can be defined as any type of change that causes physical, emotional, or psychological strain. Stress is our body's reaction or response to anything that requires attention or action, no? And stress is our body's reaction to pressure from a certain situation or event. And of course, all of us, we all deal with stress at some point of our lives, no? Sino ba naman ang hindi pa nakakaranas ng stress sa buong buhay? Siyempre lahat siguro tayo nakaranas na, no? Maybe it's our job, or maybe it's a family illness, or meron man may nagkasakit sa family natin, no? Siyempre nakaka-stress din. And ito ang pinaka naranasan na siguro ng lahat ng tao, ang money trouble, no? Yung mga pagkakaproblema sa pera. Siyempre pag nawalan ka naman talaga ng pera or na-short ka, may stress ka talaga. However, not all stress is bad, no? Hindi lahat ng stress ay masama sa atin. It can make us more aware of things around us, no? And keep us more focused. And in some cases, stress can give us strength and help us get more done, no? Bali, binibigyan tayo ng lakas ng stress, lakas ng loob, syempre, no? Lalong-lalo na at pag nagmumultitask tayo, syempre nai-stress tayo yan. Pero at the same time, meron tayong natatapos na maganda. So, ito ay positive stress. So, next, some of the different types of stress that we might experience, and here they are. We have eustress and distress. So first, let's define what eustress is all about. Eustress is a stress that can help motivate individuals to accomplish something good. So eustress is also known as a positive stress. Great motivational force, and it could increase knowledge, improve physical abilities, and resistance. It causes adrenaline to rise, speeding the body metabolism. And eustress help us to react skillfully in dangerous situation. Eustress can also have a positive effect. Meron siyang positive effect sa atin tong eustress na to, or this positive stress, no? Spurring motivation, or it can help us to be motivated, to become more motivated, no? And awareness on our surroundings, providing the stimulation to cope with challenging situations. Stress also provides the sense of urgency, no? So pag meron tayong stress, minsan kailangan na nagmamadali tayo, and alertness needed for survival when confronting threatening situations. Diyan na pumapasok yung halimbawa, nasunugan ka, syempre stress ka, no? Tapos, papasok ngayon yung adrenaline rush mo. yun yung may sense of energy, or yun yung nagiging effect sa'yo nung stress na yun, no? Nagkakaroon ka ng adrenaline rush, kaya nabubuhat mo mag-isa yung buong ref, no? Pero pag wala na yung stress na yun, or pag nahupa na yung sunog, hindi mo na mabalik mag-isa. So, yun yung natutulong sa atin nung positive stress natin. So, ano pa ba? A good example of eustress would be stress that we experience during a wedding. Syempre, pag nagpe-prepare ka ng wedding, ano yan, 'di ba? Napaka stress niyan kasi kailangan organize lahat. So, dun pa lang na-stress ka na. Pero at the same time, meron kang na-accomplish na something good. Kaya eustress siya. Or ano pa ba, multitasking. Siyempre, pag nag-multitask ka, nai-stress ka. Pero at the end of the day, meron kang natatapos. Meron kang na-accomplish na magandang trabaho. So, next. Distress occurs when your level of stress is either too high or too low, and your body and or mind begin to respond negatively. This stress is a stress that a person feels they cannot handle, hindi nila alam kung paano nila susolusyonan. And this is stress that can make a person sick, or itong stress na to ay pwedeng magkaroon ng sakit yung tao kasi nga hindi nila ma-handle ng maayos, no? There are two types of distress. So, let's check it out. Acute stress and chronic stress. So, let's define first what acute stress is all about. Acute stress is one of the least damaging types of stress. We experience acute stress multiple times throughout the day. It is experienced as an immediate perceived threat, either physical, emotional, or psychological. Acute stress is also known as short-term stress, or saglit lang na stress, no? Nasaglit lang na stress. And acute stress is one of the least damaging types of stress, which is good because it is also the common type of stress we experience in our daily lives, no? Acute stress multiple times throughout the day. So, nararanasan natin itong acute stress na to ilang beses sa isang araw. Ito nga. Acute stress is experienced as an immediate perceived threat, physical, emotional, or psychological. Sometimes you can feel stressed for a short period of time. We can feel that, no? Minsan na-stress ka, saglit lang, tapos meron na naman panibagong stress, pero saglit lang din. Yun yung acute stress. Usually, it's nothing to worry about. Like, when you need to hand in a project, or binigyan ka ng teacher mo ng project, no? It's a good example of acute stress kasi saglit lang siya na stress. And ano pa ba? You have to talk in front of a group of people, no? Or meron kang reporting, kailangan mong mag-report. Syempre, may stress ka nun, syempre kakabahan ka, ganun. Pero saglit lang 'yon. And that's a good example of acute stress, no? Ano pa ba? Maybe you feel butterflies in your stomach, or kumukulo yung tiyan mo pag nai-stress ka, or nafe-feel mong nai-stress ka, and minsan namamasa yung kamay mo kasi 'di ba, yun yung mga ibang signs ng nai-stress ka, syempre kinakabahan ka, ganyan. So these types of positive stressors are short-lived, and your body's way of helping you get through what could be a tough situation. For example of acute stress would be any stress you suffer from a short period of time nga, no? Yung mga stress na nararanasan mo na sa maikling panahon. So, ano ba yung mga stress na yon? Like a traffic jam, no? Naipit ka sa traffic. Syempre nakaka-stress yun. Or an argument with your spouse, or nakikipag-away ka or nakikipag-diskusyonan ka sa asawa mo. Pero short of period of time lang yun. Criticism from your boss or someone breaking into your house when you are not there, no? It's a short term lang. It's a short period of time lang na mararanasan mo yung stress na yun. Kaya yun yung acute stress. So, let's move on. Distress, chronic stress, is a prolonged and constant feeling of stress that can negatively affect your health if it goes untreated. It can be caused by the everyday pressures of family and work or by traumatic situation. Chronic stress is also known as a long-term distress. Kung si acute stress ay short-term stress, si chronic stress naman ay long-term stress. Chronic stress puts pressure on the body for an extended period or nagtatagal siya sa katawan natin, itong chronic stress na to. This can cause a range of symptoms and increase the risk of developing certain illnesses. No? Meron siyang, dahil tumatagal siya sa katawan natin, nade-develop niya yung mga sakit or nagkakaroon ng sakit yung tao na merong chronic stress. And it is a constant state of heightened alertness, no? So, let's move on. Effects of stress, no? The connection between your body and your mind is apparent when you examine the impact stress has on your life. Feeling stress throughout over a relationship, money, or your living situation can create physical health effects or issues or emotional issues. It will also affect your stress level and your mental health. Pag naranasan mo yung mga stress na yun, no, pwedeng maka-apekto yun sa physical natin, sa emotional health natin, sa mental health, no? When your brain experience high degrees of stress or kung yung utak natin masyado ng nai-stress, no? Or masyado na nating naiisip yung stress na yun and your body reacts accordingly. So, kung yung utak natin ay masyadong nag-iisip, syempre yung katawan natin magre-react din doon. Serious acute stress like being involved in a natural disaster or getting into a verbal altercation or can trigger heart attacks, no? Yung mga ganong serious stress, pwede yung mag-trigger ng heart attacks. However, this happens mostly in individuals who already have been diseased. Nangyayari to kadalasan dun sa mga taong meron ng ganong disease. And chronic stress can have a serious impact on your health, on our health as well. If you experience chronic stress, your nervous system will be overactive or magiging sobrang active nung nervous system natin, which is likely to damage our body. Maraming naapektuhan ng stress na to sa ating katawan, sa ating buong pagkatao, pwedeng sa mental health, sa physical, no? Yan yung mga pwedeng maapektuhan. So, ito, check natin to. So, let's go on physical effects, no? Like headache, trouble sleeping or sleeping too much, muscle pain or tension, digestive issues, change in sex drive, high blood pressure, no? Yan yung mga example ng physical effects sa atin ng stress. O ano pa ba? Backache, yung mga sakit-sakit sa likod, sakit sa ulo, yan, mahirap matulog or nahihirapan matulog or minsan naman sobra sa pagtulog, yan. Ano pa ba? Rapid breathing, no? Yung nahihirapan tayong huminga or minsan mabilis yung paghinga natin, no? Yan yung mga effects sa atin in physical. Ano pa ba? Like increased pulse rate, or bumibilis yung tibok ng puso natin, or ano pa ba ang mga effect niyan sa ating katawan. Infertility, yan, madalas yan, no? Infertility, irregular menstrual cycle, yan yung mga effect sa atin ng stress. Syempre, madalas yan sa babae. And weakening of immune system, humihina yung immune system natin pag nai-stress tayo, di ba? Minsan nga sabi ng doktor, dapat iwas-iwas muna sa stress, ganon. And stress can also affect us emotionally. Let's check it out. Feeling you can't get things done, or feeling mo hindi mo natatapos yung mga gawain mo, yun yung nagiging effect sa atin emotionally. Nagiging moody tayo, or moodiness, anxiety, restlessness, or feeling mo hindi ka na nakakapagpahinga, lack of motivation, hindi ka na namomotivate or nawawalan ka na ng gana. Or ano pa ba, irritability, o madalas ka na naiirita, konting ano lang sa'yo, disagree lang sa'yo nito, irritable ka na, no? Ano pa ba, sadness or depression, syempre, sino ba naman ang hindi malulungkot or madedepress pag tinamaan ka talaga ng matinding stress, no? And sometimes, you may feel like you have too much stress to handle, or feeling mo, sobrang dami na ng stress, hindi mo na kayang i-handle. If you think you just can't manage it, you may want to seek help from a specialist. Talk to your primary care doctor to see if they can help you to determine whether what you're experiencing is stress or an anxiety disorder. Kailangan mo rin kumonsulta, syempre, malay mo, so sobrang stress mo, baka mabaliw ka. Syempre, ayun naman yung ayaw natin mangyari, no? They can also refer you to a mental health expert and provide you with additional resources and tools. Syempre, sa sobrang stress, minsan yan, hindi mo na alam kung paano mo susolusyonan yung stress, ano ba yung uunahin mo, si ganito ba, si ganyan ba, di ba? Kaya kailangan mo rin minsan ng tulong. Siyempre, kailangan mo rin mag-out sa ibang tao, o kaya kung wala kang pinagkakatiwalaan ng tao, pwede kang humingi ng tulong sa doktor. So, there are signs of stress. So, let's check it out. Panic attacks, worrying all the time, feeling you're under constant pressure, drinking or doing drugs to deal with your stress, yan. Madalas, yan yung nagiging rason ng iba, no? Yung umiinom para makalimot sa stress. Or nagtitake ng drugs para makalimot sa stress. Overeating, smoking, depression, no? Yan yung mga nagiging signs of stress. What causes stress? Everyone has different stress triggers. So, there are causes of stress that includes, let's check, being unhappy with your job. Syempre, yun yung mga nagiging cause ng stress natin, no? Kung hindi ka na masaya sa trabaho mo, bakit ka pa nag-i-stay? So, yun yung minsan nagiging dahilan ng stress natin. Having a heavy load or too much responsibility, no? So, sobrang dami ng trabaho mo or sobrang dami ng responsibilidad mo, na-stress ka na talaga. Yan. Working long hours. Yan yung sobrang dami mo ng tinatrabaho, tapos overtime ka pa, wala nang pahinga. Yan yung mga nagiging dahilan ng stress natin. Having poor management and clear expectations of your work. Having to give speeches in front of colleagues. Yan yung mga nagiging dahilan ng pagiging stress natin. What else? Working under dangerous condition. Being insecure about your chance for advancement. Or hindi ka nag-excel. Or risk of termination. Facing discrimination. Siyempre, yung mga nagiging dahilan din ng stress, no? Pag nadi-discriminate ka or harassment at work, especially if your company is not supportive. So, what else pa? Divorce. Siyempre, yun yung mga isa rin sa dahilan ng stress natin, or separation from a relationship, no? Or death of loved ones pag namatayan ka. The birth of child, stress din yan. Pero happy stress naman yan, feeling ko. Kasi worth it naman yung pagod mo or yung stress na naibibigay sa iyo once na magkaroon ka na ng anak. So, ano pa ba? Job stress nga, yon kasama na yon. Ano pa ba? Working overtime, kasama na rin yun dun sa tinakal natin. Although stress is inevitable, it can be manageable naman. Kaya natin i-manage din ang stress. When you understand the toll it takes on you and the steps you combat stress, you can take charge of your health and reduce the impact stress has on your life. Pwede yan mabawasan yung impact ng stress natin. So, how to manage stress? Stress doesn't have to negatively affect you if you learn to handle it. A few things you can try, including learn to recognize the signs of burnout. High levels of stress can place you at a high risk of burnout. Burnout can leave you feeling exhausted and apathetic about your job. When you start to feel symptoms of emotional exhaustion, it's a sign that you need to find a way to get a handle on your stress. Next, try to get regular exercise. Physical activity has a big impact on your brain and your body. Whether you enjoy or you want to begin jogging, exercise reduces stress and improves many symptoms associated with mental illness, no? Yan yung nakakatulong sa atin para ma-manage natin yung stress. Minsan nga meron pang nag-yoga, o kaya minsan meron pang nagme-meditate, no? Para maiwasan nila yung stress or ma-manage nila ng maayos yung stress, no? Take care of yourself. Incorporating regular self-care activities in your daily life is essential to stress management. Siyempre, pag meron kang regular self-care na activity sa buhay mo, magiging madali na lang sa'yo yung pagmamanage ng stress. Learn how to take care of your mind, your body, and spirit, and discover how to equip yourself to live your best life. No? Yan yung pinakamagandang gawin mo para maalagaan mo yung sarili mo or para ma-manage mo ng maayos yung stress na darating sa'yo. Practice mindfulness in your life. So, mindfulness isn't just something you practice for 10 minutes. It can also be a way of life. Discover how to live more mindfully throughout your day so you can become more awake and conscious throughout your life. Stress is not a distinct medical diagnosis and there is no single or specific treatment for it, no? So, walang gamot sa stress or walang distinct medical diagnosis dyan. Treatment for stress focuses on changing the situation, developing stress coping skills, implementing relaxation techniques, and treating symptoms or conditions that may have been caused by chronic stress, no? If you think you or your loved ones are struggling with stress, tingin mo kung ikaw or yung may kilala ka or your loved ones are struggling with stress, don't hesitate to talk to someone or consult a specialist to address your issue. Huwag kang magdadalawang isip na nakipag-usap or mag-out sa ibang tao or mag-consult sa espesyalista. Because managing our stress can make a real difference in our health. And I hope you learned something in my discussion. That's all for this video. Thank you and God bless.